Hi friends! Today I'm back with another video. I'm gonna talk about something that I get a lot. I get this a lot from people even on the street, or if I go out for fast food or something, I literally get it all the time. So I'm gonna talk about questions that I get asked as a tattooed person. A lot of my tattoos are my upper arm, so I don't usually get questions unless I'm wearing like a tank top or something and people don't usually see them. But I am gonna talk about questions that I get being a tattooed person. The first one that I get a lot, surprisingly, is asking if they're real. I grew up in an area where like body modifications are viewed as different, kind of, if that makes sense, especially people my age. So I'm 19, I'm still pretty young, so I do get it a lot asking if they're real, which is kind of weird to me because I would have like assumed that people now kind of like expect to see like tattooed people walking down the street, but I do get it a lot. They like touch them and like, oh my gosh, is this real? I'm like, yeah, they're real. I paid for them and I got them myself. The second one is asking if they hurt me. This one I get more often than not. People are like, oh my gosh, that's really cool. Did it hurt there? Did it hurt here? Did it blah blah blah? And yeah, they did hurt, but I get that a lot, which is totally cool. I mean, I love answering questions for people who want to know about my tattoos. I think that it's just the coolest thing, and that's partially why I get them, is to, you know, answer people's questions, because I just love talking about it, and I feel like that I'm like that passionate about it that I feel like I want to talk to people about it, if that makes sense. And that's the whole reason I started this YouTube channel, is to talk to you guys about my tattoos. Am I right? Okay, so this one kind of actually bugs me. I like a lot of questions that you guys ask, but the one that I don't like is, how much will blank cost? So they'll come up to me and go, oh, I want to get like this cool like landscape with like trees and like animals. I want to make it all realism and blah blah blah. And they go, how much will that cost? I'm like, I don't know. That's literally the only one that bugs me. Depends where you go, depends who does it, depends how, you know, your pain tolerance is, depends on like 10 other billion factors that like they all go into how much it'll cost. My last video is a video about how much all my tattoos cost, and it's different for everybody. Everywhere you go, it's going to be different. Everybody charges different things. No matter where you go, it's always going to be different. So I can't answer how much it's going to cost. I can give you like my experiences and how much mine costs, but I can't tell you how much yours is going to cost, right? I mean, I love answering questions, but like, geez, don't ask me that. So another one I get is if I'll regret it. I get this a lot from my family members, and I get a lot of this from people who've known me for a long time, is asking if I will regret them. And honestly, my only answer is I have no clue. I hope that I don't regret them, but I mean, I'm only 19 and I just started getting tattoos, so like, maybe. I have no idea. I think that tattoos are cool. Even if they kind of suck, I think it's still like a really cool story, if that makes sense. The next one that I have is if I show my employer, or if I have not been hired because of my tattoos. I have a story. I'm probably not going to share it now. I might share it later on. I actually did get laid off from a job because of my tattoos. But most of the time I'm not afraid to show my employer. A lot of places don't really care anymore unless it's like somewhere where you're up with people all the time and, you know, you have to kind of look professional, then maybe they would care. But even nowadays people don't really care about tattoos, and if their employees have tattoos, I don't usually have an issue with it. I've never, other than that one time, I haven't ever had an issue with my spacers or my septum or my medusa or anything. Like, I don't really get issues for it. I'm sure I will in my life, and I'm sure that employers will have an issue with them at some point, but right now I'm good where I am and I don't really have any issues. One that I also get, and I'm sure everybody gets this if they have a tattoo, is what does it mean? I mean, a lot of my other videos I kind of touch on this subject, is meaning of tattoos, and if you have to have a big elaborate meaning on something, but I personally believe that you do not have to have a huge massive meaning for tattoos. A lot of people with tattoos will also say this, that you don't need to have a meaning for a tattoo. If you like a design, go get the tattoo. Go get it. It's beautiful on your skin. You are a walking masterpiece. You are a work of art. You were made to have tattoos. Just, I don't know. I mean, yeah, some tattoos of mine, I do have like a huge massive meaning towards it, and some of them, I have a tooth tattooed on my arm. Let's just put it that way. You know what I mean? So another one that I get is asking about my parents, my family, and what they think about tattoos. So I'm 19, so I'm an adult where I live, and I have only ever cared what people have thought about my tattoos when I was like 17. I did get my first tattoo when I was 17, and it was on my wrist, so it was kind of a visible thing. I mean, at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter what your parents think, unless you're like 10 or something, then it matters. But I mean, if you're 19, 18, or 19, like, you do what you want to do, and that should be the end of the story. So the last one that I get a lot is if I will ever remove my tattoos. I think that I won't ever get my tattoos removed unless I get like a stupid tattoo like on my neck or something and I'm like, this is stupid, but I won't make that decision in the first place, right? I mean, I don't know. Maybe years down the line, one, it's expensive, and two, it's like way more painful than getting a tattoo, so I don't know like if it would be even worth it. I mean, maybe one day I'll hate a tattoo that I get, but even then I can just cover it up, you know, unless it's like black work or something. I don't think I'll ever get them removed because I don't think that there's any reason, because I think that even if you have like a pretty bad tattoo, I think that they still are beautiful, and I think that the story is really interesting, and you got a really cool story to tell your kids when you're like 30. I don't know, when do people have kids? Like 30? So yeah, those are like some questions that I get asked as a tattoo, and if you want to be tattooed and you want to get tattoos, you're probably gonna have to deal with questions like that every day. And that's just what you gotta do. But if you want to be a tattooed person, then you shouldn't care what anybody else thinks because it's your body. Thank you so much for watching. I will leave all of my social media handles in the description box below so you can follow me, follow my adventures. I would love to talk to you about your tattoos. If you want to add me on Snapchat, you can send me snaps of you getting your tattoos or ask me questions or whatever. I would love to chat with you guys. Yeah, so I will see you next week for another video. Bye.